Alright guys, welcome to the next part in the series. I hope you've been enjoying it, and I really hope that you've been following along and actually building the store. There's no point just going through all these videos and at the end of it looking, that's cool. Actually try it, do it, and test the results. I mean, why not? Just take the step. That's kind of my big advice for you if you're going through this. Even if you're not understanding everything, just take the step, just implement it, and just see how it goes. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about the description part of the products. Yesterday we imported the products and actually set everything up. So today it's just going to be about setting up the description, which is actually really important, because if you think about it, when people read your ad, the next thing that they read, which has to convince them to buy, is the description. Alright, so I made some Google Notes. What you can do is just take a screenshot of it and just put it somewhere, or just print it, kind of use it as a guide when writing your own description. So don't try and copy the description that I wrote and just change it to suit your product. It's not going to work. Try and be creative and use it as a guide, not as a template, if that makes sense. Alright. So this is the Google Doc that I was talking about. Pretty much, yeah, you can just take a screenshot or take a photo of it or something now. And now I'm going to kind of dive into it and just explain a little bit. Plus, I'm going to actually write the description for the cat toy that we imported in the previous video. The first thing that I just want to go over is model Amazon and other websites. What that means is do your research. So try and find the same product on Amazon, or try and find other websites, eBay, or even just other dropshipping brands and stuff, specifically Facebook ads that are selling the exact same product, and go look at what they've written in the description. Don't ever copy them, because number one, if you're copying something that's on Facebook, the algorithm will pick it up. Number two, their thing may or may not be working, so you don't want to risk that. And number three, if someone is in the cat niche, they most likely are getting targeted by the other person as well, so you don't want to look exactly the same, because then why would someone come and buy from you? But yeah, it's still good just to see what they're doing, get some ideas. So for example, I found this cat toy on Amazon, and you can see that there's their description. That's what they've done, and then if you scroll down, they put in a whole lot more, like feature 1, 2 and 3. So don't copy it, but you can just take some good ideas and stuff and just use that in your own description. Right, so to get into it, I've pretty much split the description into 4 different parts. And this is very common in the internet marketing product space. It's nothing new. I'm not going to take credit for it. A ton of dropshippers use it, a ton of other e-commerce brands use it, and it's really more like a proven and tested guide, because it hits all 4 things that people need to be in that buyer's frame. The first thing is it hooks people, alright? So that's the first one. That is, it grabs their attention to make them want to stay on the page and continue reading. Because if you think about it, someone was on Facebook or on Google or wherever else they weren't coming to buy products. They were coming to look at their friends or do something. So you really need to hook their attention to get them to want to stay and proceed. The next thing is details. Obviously, you need to convince them about why this product is amazing, and give them a little bit more details about what exactly it is, the benefits and stuff. The third one is call to action. That is, what do you want them to do? And I'll get more into this specifically. And then the reassurance and dismantle doubts. And what does that mean? So number one, there's a lot of scamming going on the internet. So most people are concerned about, is this brand a scam? Is the product going to get to me? How long is it going to take? Do they ship to my country? If I enter my credit card details on here, this is a big one. Are they going to, copy my card and do charges and do a whole lot of stuff and that's kind of the last thing that you want to address. And if you've hit all 4 of those points, then generally the customer is really happy to go ahead and put in their card details and buy. All right, so let's go into all of them in specific detail. So starting with the first one, the hook. Very important, it needs to be different to the ad copy. All right, so copy, if you're new to marketing, copy means text, so writing. It needs to be different to the ad text. Reason being, if someone's on Facebook and they see an ad and they read the ad and then click on it, they don't want to reread what they've already read, especially because the goals are different. So here, with the description, the goal is now to hook them into the product. The goal of the text on the ad was just to get them to click and be a little bit curious. All right, so it needs to be different to the ad copy. It needs to hit the customer emotionally or with some form of bias. Very, very important here, because you want to make them kind of, stay on the page. You need to, if you think of like a fish, if you hook the fish and you reel it in, the fish can't really escape. It needs to be hooked in, kind of lured in to spend some time reading and potentially buying. So I put here, do you love your cat? And that is for this product that we did yesterday. So I'm just going to delete this and pretty much just start a new one. And you can just say, do you love your cat? All right, and I am going to put this in bold as well. Okay, so why does this work so effectively? Do you love your cat? Number one is it's really, really short. It's not a long essay, it's just a very short question. Number two, I think I did put it there, yes, it is a yes question. All right, you want to put them, it's called buyer's framing. You want to frame them in a position to consistently say yes. So yes, yes to buying, yes to adding to cart, or those two in reverse. Yes to adding to cart, yes to buying, yes to upsells, yes to entering my card information, yes to getting it shipped to my address, and yes to you being able to take the money out of my account. You want to really put them in that yes, yes, yes phrase. All right, so this one, do you love your cat? It's very difficult for someone to say no, okay? And there's 2 things that work here. Number one, love is a very, very strong emotional word. So it's invoking a feeling, not just something like this product has proven to work, okay? So it's evoking a strong feeling. Also, here, do you love your cat? You are forcing them to imagine a picture in their mind of their cat, all right? If someone owns a cat, they generally have some sort of affection for it and a relationship and stuff. So it's no longer now just a convenience purchase, it's now an emotional one. The other thing is also social biases, which is kind of, no one wants to be that person that doesn't love their animal, okay? So generally just in a social form, people will have to say yes to this to kind of conform to what everyone else thinks is normal. All right, so that's why this works really, really well. Hooks them in, it's an emotional question, and it puts them in that yes frame. Okay, so really good example. The next one is the details. A small transition, 3 to 4 sentences, put the product on a pedestal, and then key features. All right, so what do I mean here? When I say small transition, you can't go from something like that straight into something else that now just talks about the product. You need a form of a transition, and then 3 to 4 sentences. That's because you don't want this to be long at all. It needs to be fairly small, fairly compact, so that someone can read it really, really quickly and just get it done that way. As soon as people see like a huge essay, people just click off, right? You don't want to fill the whole page with a ton of writing. You want to make it short, simple, and sweet, okay? The next one is put the product on a pedestal. Essentially, you want to make the product seem amazing and seem, like it's revolutionary and it's really going to help. There's 2 reasons for that. Number one, you want to convince them to buy, okay? So they have to invest their money into it. And number 2, if you can put it on this huge pedestal, you can pretty much verify why you are charging for it. Okay, so if it's up here, people can understand why you're charging X amount, right? If people think that this is like a scummy product or stuff like a pen, is not something that is on a pedestal. It's a common item. Really easy to get, most people have it, so no one's going to pay $100 or so for just a normal pen like this. Yeah, you get like the fancy ones, but a normal pen, no one will pay $100 because it's on a very low pedestal. Right, so you want to try and elevate that as high as you can. And then key features, which I'll get into, is a bullet point list, and that's just because when people are looking at something, especially on their phone, people want to just look at things really, really quickly and get into it. You know, people don't want to waste a lot of time. So to actually write it, so we're going to say, of course you do, we do too, and that's why we created our, okay, so first thing is this doesn't need to be bold. Here, of course you do. Alright, so we are just reaffirming their answer to this, so it's the reassurance. We do too, and that's why we created. We do too. The we is implying a sense of like a big brand, big company and stuff. So it heightens your authority. Also, you're agreeing with them, so you're showing that you're similar, and that's why we created our. Here you want to make this really, really branded. So for example, you're going to put the product name in there, but let's say the store was called Pause. Let's just say the store was called Pause. That's why we created our Pause, the Pause Lushy Cat Toy. Pause Lushy Cat Toy, and you want to put that in bold as well. Of course you do, we do too, and that's why we created our Pause Lushy Cat Toy. Okay, that's the kind of transition. Then the next thing that we said is you're going to get 3 to 4 sentences, just putting it on a high pedestal. Right, now that's what you want to do here, is you want to say this, what can we say about it? Here, this really, it just depends on the type of product that you're making, because we can say our new best-selling Lushy cat toy is made from high quality premium catnip, designed to give your furry friend the absolute what else can we say? And this is important. I want to show you guys kind of the process and kind of how you have to think about it before just getting into it. Designed to give your furry friend the absolute. So this is made from high-quality premium catnip, designed to give your furry friend the absolute best time of their lives. All right. Now I'm doing this really, really quickly. So I would probably recommend that you do a little bit more research into the product. Like, I'm sure with this, there's tons of stuff that you can mention, like it comes in different variants. It's really attractive on their eyes. It's like birds, so you could put something in there that instead of the cat chasing birds and killing other animals, you can just play with the toy, so therefore you're doing like a whole lot that's good for the planet, it's good for the birds, and you can put tons of stuff in there. You get the gist of the picture. And then, like I said, going back, then you just want to put some key features in. So how you do that is just say key features. I would put that in bold, key features, and then you want to do a bulleted list, which you can say, let's just say, very, very attractive colors to pique their interest. Very attractive colors to pique their interest, and you can do a couple more. Alright, so that kind of ends off that. Then the next thing is the C to A. I said short and decisive. Alright, so keep it simple. Again, you don't want to have a long paragraph, like a long essay, just a couple sentences. Urgency and scarcity. These are two things that you need to include because you're trying to convince them to buy now. Because a lot of people in their buyer's mindset, they see something that they like, and then they start justifying. They start thinking, okay, this costs me X amount, I can buy this instead. Or what if it breaks and I have to buy another one? Or what if I don't get it? So people tend to think, okay, let me go back and think about it, and then I'll come back. You never ever want that, because if someone does that, the chance of them coming back is ridiculously small. Like, it's really, really small. So you want to convince them to buy now. The other thing also is ad costs. If people don't buy now, you have to keep showing them ads to come back, which means your cost is much higher, because every time you show them an ad, your cost goes up. So you want to use one of the two things, either urgency, which means like the sale is ending soon, or scarcity, there's only 2 left or 3 left. So what I went ahead and did is I said, order today and get 50% off. Remember, I showed you how to set that up here with the price and the compare at price, limited quantity available. I'm having so many problems with this laptop's keys. I'm gonna have to get a new keyboard. Guys, let me know if you know how to fix the kind of the keys on the new MacBook. It like gets stuck for some reason. But anyway, you want to just make this in bold again. Again, this is only 1 bullet point. You want to have at least 3. So if you think about it, it will end up looking something like that. It's really short. Gets to the point. Again, there should be another one there. Everything is in bold if you think about it. So it's the name of the product in bold, the hook and key features, and then your CTA. So therefore the most important things have been done in bold. Okay, now the last thing that we spoke about is reassurance. So at this point you need to reinforce that payments can be made on the store securely. Other customers have bought the product, which is why at the bottom of the product you want to put some form of reviews. And then I think the next video, it will be kind of the apps that you can set up on your store. And those apps will be things like alley reviews, where you can go and pull a whole lot of reviews in, which look really real and stuff, to convince them about that. And then also shipping and returns. So the easiest way to do this is you can literally just go Google secure checkout badge, just come to images, and you'll see things like this. And you're pretty much just going to save it and then kind of put it on your product page, and I'll cut to that now. Right, so I have gone save the images and added them here. Now the way that you do that is pretty simple. You just go over here, you choose insert image, and then you can upload the file, and then select it here, and then just go ahead and insert it. So I found 2. I found the guaranteed safe checkout, so that shows the cards and PayPal, so that's kind of reassuring them that you know their card is safe on the website. Then I also found these, which is just, it's 100% best price, satisfaction, and there honestly is better ones to use. I do use better ones. You just have to do some browsing on the internet to find them, and then what I would do is make them both a little bit smaller. And then once that's done, you pretty much just go save it. Now, in terms of this, there are tons of other ways that you can do it, because if you go here and you view the product, you'll see that it's going to put the trust badges and stuff underneath the description, so it's going to put it here. If you embed it in code and you edit kind of the website code, you can put the trust badges over here, or even there, something like that. I don't think it's necessary, because if you look at it, the most important thing is going to be on mobile, so then it's going to be a lot smaller, and then it's kind of at the bottom where people expect things to be. So I don't think that will be a problem, but you can just Google it, or literally just search it on YouTube and stuff, and you'll be able to find it. But yeah guys, that's the most basic kind of skeleton outlay of a fairly good description. Like I said, kind of take that as, you know, some ideas and like a guideline, and now go and make it your own. So I hope that helped. Definitely go watch the next video straight after this, which is about the apps, because the two directly relate to each other. Because once you have a really good description, the apps which have got to do with like reviews and urgency and stuff kind of complement the description really well together, and that ultimately leads the customer into buying. So I hope at this point you are subscribed, so that you can definitely turn on notifications as well. We'll get a daily notification that will go ahead and kind of let you know when I've posted videos, so you can stay up to date with anything that changes. So like if I think that, you know, something here needs to change for whatever reason, I'll generally just make a video about it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.